Welcome. You're tuned to the Urban Affairs program. It's time to get up for Urban Perspectives with your host, Pete Rhodes.
Welcome. You're watching Urban Perspectives. This edition is sponsored in part by the Stairstep Foundation, UCare, and BMAnetworks.com. I'm your host, Pete Rhodes. On today's Urban Perspectives, we begin a special series recognizing African American Music Appreciation Month and the outstanding contributions by artists in gospel, R&B, blues, hip-hop, and jazz. Join us as we salute the Minnesota Sound Connection to America's music here on Urban Perspectives. My first guest is a multi-talented vocalist, actor, and affiliate professor at the University of Minnesota School of Art and Dance. This Twin City resident has a powerhouse baritone voice. It's been heard throughout Canada, Europe, Africa, and South America. He has had the honor of singing the national anthem for both Presidents Obama and President Carter. This Emmy Award-winning and Black Music Award-winning artist has performed at Carnegie Hall, Penumbra Theater, and others, and is scheduled to perform in the upcoming play The Music Man at the Guthrie Theater. Here's a brief video clip showcasing the talents of Mychal Rambo.
He had me on my feet for 3 hours, and he still ruled against me.
Mychal's work, he really gets the kids to open up their minds, their imaginations, to be creative, to be confident, to feel safe to do that and take some risks.
Why don't you believe in yourself like I believe in you?
It's my pleasure to welcome Mychal Rambo to Urban Perspectives. How you doing, Mychal?
I am excellent. Thank you for asking.
I'm so happy to have you here.
And I am happy to be here
Your
myself.
schedule has been so busy.
It has been.
And that's a great thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah, that's a great thing. Let's start off by asking you, when did you realize that you had a talent for what you do, and what was your first performance?
Let's see here. My first performance was probably when I was born.
Okay.
Because I was clowning.
You was clowning then.
I was clowning then. But my first performance was probably commercial work in Los Angeles, California.
Mm-hmm.
My father was stationed in the military in Los Angeles. He was an induction officer.
Yes.
I had the chance of being on a number of commercials and on Julia, which was a TV show with Diane Carroll.
Yes, yes.
I was a walk-on actor. I was a bully in the playground.
Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we used to watch that show.
Yeah, yeah.
Your father's talented too. I had the pleasure of meeting him. A great man.
Yes, well, thank you very much.
Yeah. So as a musician and an educator, how important is it to you, and do you think it's really important to have music as a part of curriculum for students?
Absolutely. It's integral to the learning process. Music allows students to access parts of their academic and their learning curve that they might not otherwise access through other mediums of education. Music opens up pathways to understanding mathematics, to understanding improvisation, owning your own space, and being able to share your talents in ways that aren't found in other sorts of formal academic studies.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, we're recognizing National African American Music Appreciation Month.
Yes.
And my question to you, who are some of the artists in your overall understanding and follows that you have followed? Who are some of those that have inspired you to do what you do?
Well, you know, I have always been fascinated by and have found that Paul Robeson has been someone who's inspired and motivated me because of his remarkable statesmanship. He was a world-class athlete, Olympic athlete. He was a great politician and spokesperson and orator, a dynamic vocalist and actor. So he wore so many hats, and I'd like to think that I share a lot of different talents in ways that, not to compare with Paul Robeson by any stretch of the imagination, but to say that he's inspired me to stretch out and expand the way that I live in the world.
Yeah, that's a great actor, great overall individual, period, in our history of arts and culture. So, yeah. So how do you prepare as a musician, as a vocalist and an actor? How do you prepare? Do you prepare differently for when you go into plays that require just acting as opposed to acting and singing?
Well, there is certainly when one is performing in a musical theater production, there's the need to rehearse and to open up oneself through doing the warm-up process that one does with vocalizing, and that's an important and integral part of any artist's preparation process. And then with theater, all of it is about rehearsing, and there's a very fine man that I am familiar with who says, you know, perform like you practice and practice like you perform, right? You know, and so I've learned very much that you give it your 100% all the time.
All the time. Now we just saw you in a magnificent play that was presented here, the Color Purple. How was working with all those fantastic artists on stage?
It was such a blessing. There were so many very talented people in that cast. Everyone from Jamecia, Bennett to Regina Williams to Amy K. Bryant, who played Celie, and a number of so many talented people here throughout the Twin Cities, Thomasina Petrus, and just all of them, Dennis Spears, and to think that all those talented people were in one production. It really made for a great opportunity for audiences and for cast members alike.
Well, speaking of all the plays that we've seen you in just this year alone, do you have a favorite?
You know, two of the show performances that I have done that have been favorites of mine, well, three or so. I know Black Nativity from Penumbra Theater was a production that really gave me the footprint of performing in this town and gave me a connection to the Twin Cities as a whole. And my work at Penumbra, whether it be Get Ready or whether it had been Gem of the Ocean or some of those productions, but productions like Crowns, which we did at the Guthrie Theater, and Caroline or Change were two others that I think really stand out for me.
You know, when we first saw you perform was at a concert with Patti LaBelle, and she held the mic out in the audience, and this great baritone voice started singing. We were like, who is that? And,
that was a great treat for me.
Yeah, that was fantastic. What, with all that you've done, what is still yet to do and that you have a goal for in your life?
Well, you know, I come from a very strong background, familiar background. My family's from Rambo, Texas, and so there's a lot of story that I'd like to share. And so I still feel like I'd like to offer my opportunity to share my family's rich history through writing. I'd love to create plays and film main stage or theatrical film productions, not theatrical film, but feature film opportunities and that type of thing. I'd like to be able to even write books and memoir. So the writing thing is something that's still open for me.
It's a lot out there. We saw you in the St. Paul HBO special too, which was really good. So we know
Laurel Avenue.
Laurel Avenue. That was fantastic. So I look to see you into feature films as well.
Oh, I look forward to it as well. I'm auditioning for one, as a matter of fact, on Monday called Wilson's with a number of actors nationally and otherwise.
That was great.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, that's fantastic. Well, you've done so well for not only our community, but for this overall community of Minnesota. So keep on doing. We pray that everything happens the right way for you moving forward.
Well, thank you so very much. You're doing the same.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pete.
Team Mychal Rambo. Weekly here on Urban Perspectives, we present Shining Stars, highlighting people, places, and events that contribute to the vibrancy of the urban community. In recognition of African American Music Appreciation Month, our Shining Star this week is a soul singer whose style is a throwback to great singers like Otis Redding, Sam Cooke, and Smokey Robinson. He's a writer and performer who's dedicated to creating a new legacy as an R&B performer. Meet our Shining Star, Mike DeCole.
My name is Mike DeCole. I'm a R&B, soul, neo-soul artist. I think my style comes from the Otis Redding, Temptations. I kind of do the kind of music that I was raised on. You know, that's what the good sound is for me, so it's easy for me to do it, and it's not nothing that I'm trying to be. I'm not trying to be a different artist. I'm just the artist the music that was instilled in me. Working on a project, my CD, which is called So It Was Written. The EP is out on iTunes. I got to start with the first single that I did, which is called Lost Without You. I think it's good for like the younger crowd to know what I consider and what back in that day what we consider good music was, good storytelling, you know, with emotions. You know, we don't always have to dance in the club. I miss the old times where you used to slow dance, but they don't do that in the clubs no more, you know. I'm doing this single, a song that I wrote called Pretty Enough, and it's donated. I'm donating all proceeds to domestic violence. And what Pretty Enough is about, the women who don't feel, you know, that they're pretty enough, so they accept any and everything, you know, from any guys. They don't realize what beauty is. So it starts with inside and then it comes out. At the end of this month, I'm dropping, you know, the single, which is called Pretty Enough, and all proceeds I'm donating to you know, the Domestic Violence Foundation. It'll be, you know, download, 99 cents from download, and for the actual CD is $5. I feel like God gave us talent. It ain't just to go and get out there and sing all the time and be flashy and flash what you have. You know, I feel like you have a voice, you have a talent that he give you, so you're supposed to use it in some kind of way. My name is Mike DeCole. I'm an R&B soul singer, and you're watching Urban Perspectives.
Thank you, Mike. From jazz to blues, from gospel to soul, our next guest's uplifting music of hope, unity, love, and peace is enjoyed by millions. Join us next for a conversation with members of the Sounds of Blackness and see the worldwide premiere of their new song and video right here on Urban Perspectives. Welcome back to Urban Perspectives for this African American Music Appreciation Month special. Our next guest has performed for over 1 billion people in 5 continents, from homeless persons to kings, queens, and presidents. They're winners of 3 Grammys, and they are as seen as pioneers for inspirational soul. Here's a brief video clip showcasing the music of the Grammy Award-winning Sounds of Blackness. Welcome to Urban Perspectives with the Sounds of Blackness, Gary Hines, and the director, of course, is Gary Hines, and special vocalist Jamecia Bennett. How you guys doing today?
Hey, we're awesome, man. Thank you.
We are so glad to have you both back again. Reoccurring roles, as they say here with
Thanks
us
for
on
having
Urban
us.
Perspectives. So thank you so very much as we celebrate Black Music Month here on Urban Perspectives. I guess I want to start out with you, Jamecia, and asking you, now you and your family are integral parts of the Sounds of Blackness music and history. What is your goal to further that connection with your family and this group?
I think with the Sounds of Blackness in my family and also with the leadership of Gary Hines, we just want to definitely stay current with what's happening and to continue to incorporate that into our songs and into definitely what the Sounds of Blackness stands for. So we definitely want to keep that into perspective, what the Sounds of Blackness is. We are a group that stays current with what's going on. You know, we have been blessed to be able to sing many places, as you've named, because of that. Even with the change of society and what's happening, we try to keep our songs up to date so that we can deliver encouragement wherever we are needed with our songs, from gospel, blues, rhythm, black, jazz. We try to stay within the genres of music to do that.
How do you feel when you see your mom doing things, and now you?
I mean, I feel great. I feel like taking the baton from my mom. That's how I feel like she passed it on to me, and hopefully one day I'll pass it on to Paris to keep it in the generation of the Sounds of Blackness. We are a generation of people in the Sounds of Blackness, from my mother to myself, and Paris was blessed to do a song with us as well, Summertime. So to pass the baton to myself from my mother, who was absolutely amazing, we want to keep it in the Sounds of Blackness, new generation, new generation, new generation.
Fantastic. So Gary, you know, the Sounds have inspired, as we have talked about, generations with music. Now we look at the current events. The group has created a new song for the times entitled Black Lives Matter, No Justice, No Peace. How important is this song, this new song and video, which will debut here shortly?
It's extraordinarily important, Pete, because in saying that Black Lives Matter, we're saying that all lives matter, because historically, Black lives have not equally mattered. And so anyone who says Black Lives Matter is really saying that all lives, that all people are equal. And so that's a very important statement that we're looking to make in conjunction with the national Black Lives Matter movement.
Fantastic. Well, you know, when you put these kind of things together and try and stay ahead and stay current, how do you get this thing together? Do people reach out to you?
Well, first and foremost, it's all by the grace of God, you know, and we sometimes reach out, and also we are sometimes contacted. In this instance, we reached out to Black Lives Matter and let them know that Sounds of Blackness supports them musically, and with this theme song and anthem that everybody will be hearing starting later this month. And we've been speaking with their leader, Alicia Garza, and we're looking greatly forward to that collaboration and partnership.
Well, let's take a look. Making its debut, The Sounds of Blackness, new single and video, Black Lives Matter, No Justice, No Peace. A snippet of it here on Urban Perspectives. That's fantastic. Welcome back to Urban Perspectives with Gary Hines, Sounds of Blackness director, and vocalist Jamecia. Wow, you know, you guys continue to inspire, and I think this is an important piece. So I asked you, Gary, how important? We talked about earlier that this is representing current events, but when you look at current events, what do you hope this song will do?
I hope that this song will do a few things, Pete. First of all, to bring people together. America has never really dealt with its racial history. America talks about the race card, but there is no race card. It's a race deck. America was founded on the blacks of African slaves and taken from Native Americans. And so color and ethnicity has been important, and that has to be rectified. And music is a good vehicle, probably the best one, because all the committees and conferences have not done the job. So Sounds of Blackness want to be in the vanguard of bringing people together, but we can't come together until we face the truth and deal with it.
Yeah, well, we're getting ready for a performance, so real quickly, Jamecia, how do you come together when the group comes together to really get that feeling across in the sound?
We know that there's a need for healing, and Sounds of Blackness is that vehicle for that. So we take into consideration what the need is, and we hold it within ourselves and allow the anointing to lead the way. Yeah,
well, fantastic job. We look forward to getting this on BMA networks as well when the rest of the nation releases this. Thank you for allowing us to have a little snippet here on Urban Perspectives. We appreciate you and love you both.
We love you too.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much. When we return, a special Sounds of Blackness performance will happen right here on Urban Perspectives. Stay tuned. In honor of African American Music Appreciation Month, here is Minnesota's own performing their hit song, Hold On, the Grammy Award-winning Sounds of Blackness.
Bust it. Minneapolis, St. Paul. If you're sitting on your couch, stand up and join us. It's a simple song, y'all.
It's a simple song.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Na, 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 na.
Oh.
Yesterday, a man stepped up to me. He said, how can you smile when your world is crumbling down? I said, here's my secret. When I want to cry, I take a look around and I see that I'm getting by, and I hold on.
Hold on.
Change is coming.
Change is coming.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Don't you worry about
it.
Or just hold on.
Hold on.
You can make it.
You can make it.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Everything
will be all right. Some people like to run.
Yeah, yo.
Some people like to hide. Some people like to run away from the pain inside.
No, that's your business.
Do whatever you wanna do.
You wanna do, yeah.
If it don't work out,
yeah.
Here's what you gotta do. Hold on.
can make it.
Hold on.
Hold on. Everything will be alright. When the troubles of life weigh you down, just lift your head up. Yeah, yeah. When the love you see is hard to find, don't give up.
Keep that faith.
Just be strong.
And hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Change is coming.
Hold on.
Hold on, y'all. Don't you worry about a thing.
You can make it.
You can make it.
Hold on.
Hold on. Everything's gonna be all right. Yeah, Minneapolis, St. Paul. We want you guys to help us out.
Come on.
So we want you to stand on your feet if you're at home, if you're outside, wherever you're looking at us. We want you to stand up.
Stand up.
And follow Cerise. She's right there. Check it out. Put your hands up like this. Here we go. Are you ready?
1,
2, 3.
La 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 la
Now hold on. Change is coming. Hold on. Don't you worry about a thing. Hold on. You can make it. Hold on. Everything will be all right.
Now hold on.
Hold on.
Change is coming.
Change is coming.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Don't you worry.
Worry about. Na 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 na. Hold on.
You can make it.
You can make it.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Everything
will be all right. Come on.
La la
La la.
la la
La la. Now hold on. Change is coming.
Change is coming.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Don't you worry about a thing. Just hold on.
Hold on.
You can make it. Hold on.
Hold on.
Everything will
Thank you
be
to the sounds
all
of
right.
Blackness, T. Mychal, Rambo, and our shining star, Mike DeCole. To you, our audience, and our sponsors, Stair Step Foundation, You Care, and BMA Networks. Visit our websites at urbanperspectives.tv for information on our guests and where you can find links to previous broadcasts. Help us grow by liking our Facebook page. Remember, there are so many amazing and positive people and stories in our communities. Watch for them right here weekly on Urban Perspectives. I'm your host, Pete Rhodes, and I'll see you next week.
I say, don't give up.
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 Now hold on.
Hold on.
Change is coming.
Change is coming.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Don't you worry about a thing. Just hold on.
Hold on.
You can make it.
Make it.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Everything will be all right.
All right. Now
Hold on.
hold on.
Change is coming.
Hold